Well, guys, teacher Milena here, and she with me today is presenting you the TOEFL reading session, and we start understanding the questions one by one, so you guys have an idea on how this exam works. But before we get to it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with your friends that are preparing for TOEFL. Okay, so the TOEFL reading session has 3 to 4 texts, 10 questions each, and it's gonna take you guys an average of 54 to 72 minutes, a little bit more than an hour tops. So what you guys first need to have in mind, you need to practice with your eyes on the watch. You have 20 minutes per text. When you have 3 texts, of course, the texts are going to have a little bit more than 10 questions. And when you have 4 texts, you are going to have 4 texts with 10 questions each. 20 minutes per text is what you have. So if you are the person that likes to read carefully, step by step, all the pieces and beats of the text, no way this is going to work for you. My first tip for you guys is don't read the text. When the text appears on the screen for you guys, you scroll it down and you read the questions first. You can anticipate some of the questions, and I'm going to show you, for example, 2 kinds of questions that you can anticipate here. Then you can answer without reading the entire text, and that they can save you time. Then you come back to read the text using skimming and scanning in order to answer the specific questions that are left. So strategy is key. If you are a student or a person who is a more slower reader, it takes you more time, you are going to have problems with the final questions from each text, which are the questions that are most of the times tables, charts, and summarization questions that are going to be demanding a lot more from you guys. So the tip is save time. You are going to need it. And how do you do that? You don't read the text. You take a look at the questions first. You understand what it specifically is that the questions want from you guys, because take a look. The first kind of question that appears for you guys is the questions about understanding vocabulary from context. They give you a piece of the text and they wanted to know, for example, here your question number 1, the word encompasses in the sentence. It is 2,900 kilometers thick and encompasses about 84% of the total volume of the Earth. They want to know the word encompasses. Here is closest in meaning to contains. So the idea here is this is a specific vocabulary questions. Everything that you need to understand that word is in that specific paragraph, in that sentence, to be even more specific. So if you read that paragraph, if you read that sentence, and you have no idea what that word is whatsoever, you answer something and you move on. Don't waste your time with these kinds of questions. They are specific questions of vocabulary. The answer is not going to magically appear in some other part of the text because it's not about the content itself. It's not about the connection of the ideas. It's not about the message that is being delivered in the text. So if you don't know, if you can't figure it out within that paragraph, you answer and you move on. Question 2, for example, the word draw in paragraph 2 could best be replaced by, take a look, using the reflection of seismic waves at thousands of different locations, scientists have been able to draw some interesting conclusions about the mole. Draw here could best be replaced by make. Okay. Oh, but these questions are simple and easy. Yeah, guys, some of the questions are indeed simple and easy. You don't have to expect everything to be extremely complicated and difficult, because understanding vocabulary from context is a skill that we have to develop when learning a language, because it's not every time that we're going to read a text, the newspapers or anything, and we are going to know every single word in English that we find there, okay? So how do you identify these questions so you can work straight ahead with them? The word or phrase da, 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 is closest in meaning to. The word or phrase da, 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 could best be replaced by. You then find the word or phrase in the passage. You read the sentence that contains the word or phrase carefully. Look for context clues and choose an answer. Move on. Don't waste your time trying to translate bit by bit, word by word, so that you can understand that specific word. You don't have time for that. Remember, 3 to 4 texts. You need to remember that's way more ahead of you. In order for you guys to practice, I have a text here, text is MOG, and the questions regarding the text. You can come back to this part of the video later on and work with it, or you can get the PDF of this presentation that is on the video subscription, and you are going to find the text, you are going to find the questions and the answer also in the video description with everything that you guys need to know to practice this skill, okay? Second kind of question, recognize reference. What are the reference? The pronoun it and they, it, that, these, those, when they refer to something that was previously mentioned. Take a look at the example here. The word it in paragraph 1 refers to, so they are talking about this part here, in much the same way that water in a sink spins as it goes down a drain. It here refers to the water. So you have everything that you need inside that particular sentence that is highlighted, because reference refer to something that was previously mentioned. Everything is right there. You don't need the entire text. You just need that specific part to work with. Another example, the word that in paragraph 2, the pressure at the center of a tornado is much lower than that in the air surrounding that tornado. Here we are talking about pressure. Again, you have all the information to answer the question in one sentence, and the sentence is given there to you. So you don't need to read the entire text. You can save time and work with these two kinds of questions right away, so you have more time to work with the skimming and scanning of the text to answer the rest of the questions. And how do you identify the questions about reference? They are always like this. The word la 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 refers to, then you have to locate the highlighted pronoun or adjective in the text. You look before the highlighted word for nouns that agree with the highlighted word. You try each of the nouns in the context around the highlighted area, and you eliminate the wrong answers. If you go one by one, you replace the words one by one, you are going to find the answer easily. But if you guys want to practice some more, here you have a small bit of a text, you have the questions, the answers are on the video description, so you guys can come back to the video or download this presentation that is also in the video description, so you can guys practice how is the best way, how is your way to save time answering this question. And the third kind of question that we have for today is simplify meaning of sentences. Again, here is a question that is about strategy. Okay, so take a look here. You have a bit of a text, the great red spot, and you have the question, which of the sentences below best express, take a look here, best expresses the essential information in the highlighted sentences in the passage. Incorrect choices change the meaning in important ways or leave out essential information. We are talking about essential information, the main idea, the most important part. You cannot see here in this text, but the part of the text that they want you to focus on is highlighted. You cannot see here because I just grouped all the part of the text that would be highlighted for you. So everything that you have here would be highlighted on the day of the exam, and they want you to do what? What is the simple way to say what is highlighted in the text? And here, in this particular example, you have, by placing the Earth next to the Great Red Spot, one could see that the Earth has a much smaller diameter. So here, you have to read what is highlighted, understand the essence, the main idea, what is the most important thing that this particular part of the text is trying to give us, is trying to portray, and then you are going to take a look at the options that you have. Be careful. Don't read the options that you have to answer before you read the part once or twice to have a great idea of what the essential information here, because you need to remember you have a false information being given in the options of the question. So be careful with that, okay? Another example here, again, another part of the same text, and then they want you to give the essential information in the highlighted part. The highlighted part here is the final 4 sentences from the text. The outer winds require 6 Earth days to complete the circumference of the Great Red Spot, a length of time indicative of the vastness of the Great Red Spot. So the essential information here is the fact that the winds take so long to move around the Great Red Spot proves how big it is. This is a little bit tricky, but again, once you practice understanding what is essential and what is not essential information, you answer these kind of questions very quickly. I have here a way to identify these questions. They always appear like this. Which of the sentences below best expresses the essential information? And that's it. There's no other way they are going to be on the exam for you. You study the highlighted sentence carefully. You break the sentence down into meaning parts by looking for punctuation and transition expressions. Those things are important. If the highlighted sentence makes reference to information outside of the highlighted sentence, then you read the context around the highlighted sentence, only if you need to. Study the answers, eliminate the wrong ones, and choose the correct answer. Then you move on to the next questions. I have here a text I highlighted, doubled here for you guys, a text about the post-it notes, and also questions for you guys to work with to practice this 3 skills. The PDF of this presentation and answers for the exercises are available on the video description. Or if you guys prefer, you can only use the video, come back, watch again, stop on the parts that I presented the text and the questions. You stop the video, and then, of course, you answer and check what you have just did. So today, we have checked 3 kinds of questions that appear in the TOEFL exam. They are very, very specific, and they require a strategy to answer straightforward, okay? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you are not going to miss the next videos about the other questions that appeared on the reading session for you guys. Like this video to help us out and share it with your friends that are preparing for the TOEFL exam, okay? So I see you guys next week here on Tea with Me, that is going to help you unravel all the mysteries of everything you are supposed to know. Okay, bye. Bye-bye.